Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play EarthBound. So last time, it's weird because I just finished that. Last time we followed some crazy, suspicious looking chick into the hotel and ended up getting ambushed by zombies when we followed her into a room. So now we've been thrown into this blue place. I'm not entirely sure where this is. There's a door here though. Unfortunately, of course, the door is locked. It wouldn't be that easy, right? And we now switch perspective over to Jeff. It's going to be eventually our third party member, of course, because we did name him at the beginning of the game. But we're over here in Snowwood Boarding School in Winters. It looks like we've been awoken by Paula's call for help. So let's try to head out, and then, of course, our roommate's going to wake up. This is Tony. So he realizes that, we've got our reasons for leaving. It's kind of hard to explain, but, All right, and Tony joins us as kind of a temporary member. Of course, not a full-fledged party member, but he's here with us. So, yeah, this is Winters. It's an area you don't come to a whole lot. It's basically just for this chapter, and then you're pretty much done. But the music here is really good. In fact, this track that's playing right now is probably one of the best in the game. It's definitely one of my favorites. So let's head out of the dorm room here. And looks like we got some people standing around a circle here in the lobby area. Which is a creature called Tessie in the Southern Lake. Someone made a model. Well, maybe so. So this is, it's kind of a cryptozoology rumor type, circle going on here. I heard one about the cave boys at Stonehenge. You claim to have actually seen them. The center of Stonehenge has an entrance leading someplace. Man, all kinds of stuff we're gonna have to check out, right? And then this guy, they're all talking about cool stuff. I'll wash my face, brush my teeth, do my business, and go to bed. Thank you for the info. I really value that dialogue. Let's check out the other room, see what's going on in here. Oh, check that out. It's a lot of presents. So I'd say hi to Maxwell. All right, well, we'll have to do that. So what about you? You got anything to say about all these presents here? Oh, it's a birthday party. Tony's birthday party. Hey, that's our roommate. He's there with us. You're kind of ruining the surprise, So apparently he hand-decorated each cookie to pass out. I assume that's what these are. Yeah, and there's a cookie inside. Well, he won't mind. Let's just take them all, right? Alright, well, what do you got to say about that? Jeff, I can't believe you could do something so nasty. Stealing all his cookies, and he's right here, and we're leaving. This is we are like the biggest jerks in the world. We just stole all that kid's cookies. And he has nothing to say about it. He just sits there and makes some kind of weird, surprised-looking face. Alright, so the downstairs area, it's actually a really small boarding school. There's only 4 rooms. I don't know where everyone else lives. But we can check out the room over here on the left, and this is actually Maxwell, the guy we were told to talk to. He also mentions Jeff's father, Dr. Andonuts. Of course, if you've watched or played Mother 3, that name might sound familiar, but we'll meet him later, I'm sure. He's greater than Einstein or Heisenberg. Well, those are some pretty lofty standards to be put up against there. So it tells us to take this key along. It's a little bent, but hopefully we can still make it work. So he also mentions we can call him and record our adventure. It's like saving. It's not often you're going to be calling Maxwell, but he kind of functions like Ness's dad a little bit, and then he can save your game for Jeff if you happen to call him. So, well, here's the locker room. Let's see if we can use that key. Key's bent and doesn't fit. Well, that's too bad then. Maxwell, can you got a better key? I don't know. What are we gonna do here? So, okay, well, he just invented the machine that opens doors, especially when you have a slightly bad key. It's slightly long-winded, but, you know, I guess it describes what it does. So thankfully it is shortened to the bad key machine. And he also mentions we should be able to repair small tools. This is all stuff that we're going to get into later. It's one of Jeff's mechanics. While we're kind of on the subject, let's go ahead and check Jeff out. Of course, like I said before, this is one of those games where all new party members start at level 1. So unfortunately, we are incredibly weak. You can also see we do not have any psychic points. Jeff is the first of our party members that actually cannot use psychic abilities. He's got other uses, though, in the form of items and repairing that Maxwell mentioned. So he makes up for it with other strengths as well. And speaking of items, we can check out the inventory. There's all the cookies. Starts with a big bottle rocket, which is an attack item unique to Jeff. He's the only one that can use it. As well as this broken spray can. If we check it out, it'll say that genius Jeff should be able to fix it. So that's one of those things that Maxwell was talking about, but again, we'll get into that later. He also starts out with the ruler and the protractor. These are worthless and also only sell for like $1, so let's just go ahead and drop them, get them out of our way. Alright, so now that we have the bad key machine, let's go ahead and check these out. There's only 3 of these lockers that actually have anything. So let's go ahead and open the far left one here. There's a Holmes hat inside. This is basically how we're going to get Jeff's starting equipment. Then we can open this one here. And there's a pop gun, which is his first weapon. Nope. Go to equip there. There we go. And then one more to open up. And there's a broken air gun inside. That's another thing that Jeff's going to have to repair later. Alright, so that's basically it for the boarding school. Like I said, it's incredibly small, despite how it looked on the outside, but let's just go ahead and head outside and see if we can leave. So this is Winters. It is, of course, snowy here, which is nice. I definitely love snowy environments. So it looks like Toadie's kind of just crouched down by the gate here. Nothing really along the edges that we need to check out. And there we go. We hop over the gate, and we are now in the outside area of Winters. Unfortunately, the music changes, which sucks, but, you know, this track isn't too bad either. Got a shop over here, and we can check this out, of course. If we look at our money, we only have $2, and I don't think there's... Yeah, we don't have an ATM card, so, you know, there's not a lot we can do in that front. We can check out the shop. We can see what items they have. All expensive stuff, so obviously this is a place we're going to be coming back to later in the game. Get the T-Rex is bad and stuff like that. You can technically equip this, but good luck getting $2,500, right? And of course, there's a phone here, and unlike Ness, there's no other people to call. You just call Maxwell, and you can save if you'd like. Well, apparently we're saving. Now let's continue. Alright, so who we want to talk to is this lady over here. There's a monkey. Take the monkey. He's really noisy. Well, alright. So if we buy a pack of bubblegum, we can have the monkey for free. Otherwise, he'll cost $1. So yeah, let's go ahead and we can't carry anything else. What do you know? I guess, let's see, I guess a cookie's fine. Alright, so we got the pack of bubblegum, and the monkey comes with it. So he says, give me some gum. Alright, and he blew a bubble. Well, that's nice. Oh, that is that is actually a slightly large bubble. So the monkey joins us, and in fact, he is the bubble monkey. So, well, it makes sense, I guess. That's probably why he likes gum so much. So now he's gonna follow us around. He's got a slightly strange following algorithm, as you can see. He'll kind of stand in place for a while and then like follow you later. So it gets to be real annoying if you've got enemies chasing you because he can just stop in their path and cause you to get into a battle. So he can be a little bit annoying, and he also doesn't do a lot in battle. Oh, I want to avoid that thing, especially at level 1. So yeah, we got some enemies out here, and we can check out Jeff in battle. And thankfully it's the Spiteful Crow, so these guys are really easy. Now, Jeff has the Spy command, which is not really that useful, but we can check it out here just to see what it does, because the Spiteful Crow is not going to do much to us. So it tells us its stats. It's vulnerable to fire, to freeze, to flash, to paralysis. Of course, all stuff we can't do. So it just kind of gives you information about the enemy. It'll also tell you if they have an item that they're going to drop. For some reason, it didn't say they would drop a cookie, but there you go. And otherwise, it's exactly the same. So let's go ahead and just shoot this thing. No, the bubble monkey actually attacked. And it's dodging, of course. Oh man, having all kinds of trouble with that. There we go. So that's still really just one hit. I mean, the Spiteful Crows are exactly the same as they were at the beginning of the game. And no, we don't want to take the cookie. And at this point, we just need to get going. Our goal is to head as far south as we possibly can. And because that's what Paula told us. Oh, we got another enemy here, the runaway dog, which you've seen before. And we leveled up to 2 in that battle. Actually, the reason that it didn't tell us that Spiteful Crow had a cookie was because Jeff's inventory was full. So he will actually try to take it. In fact, if I can find another Spiteful Crow, there's one. Let's go ahead and just eat a cookie, and we'll see if I can actually get that to work. Alright, so as we spy on him this time, so of course tell us all the stats again. And it'll say, Jeff saw a present behind the enemy. Inside there was a cookie, and we take it. So it kind of works like steal in this game, but the thing is, if the enemy has an item, it's always going to drop anyway. So really all it does is serve the purpose of letting you get it without finishing the battle. Or if you were like farming for an item, for example, and didn't want to gain a lot of experience, you can see if the item's there, and if it's not, just run away and try it again. So it's not really super useful in that regard, but it's just kind of a little interesting thing to note. So we've got this tent over here that we can go in. Got a couple people inside. So this guy over here is going to say we can have something to drink. Might as well. And that'll give us a free heal. So if you need some, you could, I guess, technically grind around here if you wanted, but there's really not any need to at this point. None of these enemies give you a whole lot of experience anyway. Yeah, and you've seen those goats going around. Those guys are gruff goats. They're actually pretty tough enemies for this level. I'll fight one just because there's nothing else around, and I can go back and heal if I need to. So this guy's got a 1 tough attack. He'll tear into you, which does a very heavy amount of damage for the amount of health we have. And you also, he usually does this trampling attack, but if he does that over and over, then you should be fine. But oh man, thankfully that wasn't mortal, otherwise I would have died there. See, that's why this guy is a little bit tough to be fighting at this level. Alright, this is getting bad, so okay, good, we finished him off. And unfortunately, he doesn't really give a whole lot of experience. It's only like 20. Get a salt packet, well gee, thanks. Alright, so let's head back and heal. Unfortunately, we had to use our boiled egg, which kind of sucks, but what else can you do? I would have died otherwise, so. Alright, so now let's continue on, and of course, any more gruff goats that we discover along the way, I'm just going to try to scroll off the screen and not have to deal with them. Alright, so I think we should be getting relatively close to where we need to go. Just got to find our way around all these trees here. Oh, we got relatively undisturbed along the way as well. There's a tent here, but I don't think there's anyone in it. Yeah, I see it's just kind of a lantern there, so I guess we could hang out here if we wanted, but no need. Alright, and now we've reached the far south end. We've got these guys with binoculars looking around everywhere. And of course, these guys are going to mention Tessie. We heard about that back in the boarding school. May unexpectedly be living in the woods. I personally think so. Alright, well, what are you doing here? Go up and search the woods, man. And I think one of these guys will explain who they actually are. No. Maybe monkeys don't like it. Well, this one does. Give it a shot. Yeah, so they're here at Lake Tess waiting to see Tessie. They're known as the Tessie Watching Club, in fact. So they're just hanging out here waiting to see if that legend is actually true. Maybe able to see her tomorrow. Well, that'd be interesting. So at this point, we can talk to this guy. He's walking around with binoculars inside of the tent. I'm not sure what he's hoping to find there, but sure, we'll have some stew. Why not? Oh, well, good, because I don't have any money. And this is the repair mechanic that I was talking about earlier. All these broken items have a certain IQ requirement that are determined by Jeff's stats. And if you have an IQ that is enough to fix the item, then you have a chance of fixing it overnight whenever you sleep. So here we fixed the broken spray can, and the broken spray can became the defense spray. So any kind of broken items you come across, just, keep them in Jeff's inventory, and occasionally you'll fix some things and get some new items. You can get some pretty interesting stuff from them that way, so, it's worth keeping some of them around for sure. All right, so we can see day has broken and the wind is blowing. Remember that guy said Tessie usually appears when the wind is blowing, so maybe that's a sign of something, huh? And also, as we walk around the camp here, we'll get a photograph. And it's kind of funny because unlike Ness, Jeff doesn't pose at all. So it's like he's just staring at the guy like, what are you doing? Get out of here. How did you get here in the first place? So yeah, we can come over to this spot and you can see there's something in the water there. So what we can do is hop onto this little patch of dirt. Just to give him some gum. All right. I'll take care of everything. Well, that works then. That is one happy-looking lake monster, wouldn't you say? Hey, come back. We need you over here. Oh, okay, good. Yep, so this is the fabled Tessie everyone's been talking about. Turns out it's not such a monster after all. It's actually quite friendly. And it's going to give us a ride to the opposite shore. Oh, that was a nice little sequence, wasn't it? One thing I really like is the fact that they bothered to make music for just little sections like that. Just a little 30-second ride from shore to shore has its own theme that fits really well. So, I definitely like that about this game. They paid a whole lot of attention to detail and deserve some major credit for that. Oh, man. The Bubble Monkey almost ruined it for me there. I'd really like to not have to fight him. But he's kind of tough to... he's usually there. It's hard to scroll him off screen. I'm not even sure if I'm going back far enough. Maybe not, because he's still in the same spot. So let's see if I can go all the way back up. We may just have to fight him. Yeah, we're probably going to. So let's see. I guess we're full up. We may use the defense spray here. just to see. I'd really like to not have to use that big bottle rocket, but we'll see how it goes. I feel like it's kind of wasting a turn because I don't think it improves your defense by that much. So I'm just going to shoot him, and hopefully he doesn't tear into us too much. As if he just does his trampling. Yeah, see, that doesn't do a whole lot. We can survive that. Ooh, nice smash, even though it only did 5 damage. Alright, good. So that went pretty well. You know, if he would have tore into us multiple times, it could have been bad, but we did alright. Okay, so, oh man, we've got this weird pencil-shaped iron statue in front of us. So unfortunately, we can check out our goods, and no, we don't have the pencil eraser that Ness had, so unfortunately, we're gonna have to take the long way around. Looks like this thing has a name, Brick Road. Alright, this dungeon has no entrance. Well, that's good. I've not seen a dungeon with an entrance fee. Come on in. Well, alright. It's welcoming enough, I guess. Brick Road, so it's apparently the guy who made it as well. So yeah, we've got this little dungeon here. There's a few paths to take. It's actually very simplistic. That up there is not anything useful. I don't remember what it is, but all I remember is that I never get it. Also, that rowdy mouse can really hurt. Remember, it's the one that smashes a lot. So I'm actually going to eat some cookies to recover here. Oh, we use salt on the cookie? All right. It didn't taste very good. Yeah, I'd imagine. Alright, so that should be enough to recover us close to max. I got a new enemy to fight here. This guy's always going to be here. He's the Mad Duck. Not too much to worry about. He wastes a lot of his turns. He also can make something spin around to steal PP, but of course we don't have any. And he can also try to make you unable to concentrate, which of course, again, Jeff has no spells to use. So it's really just the pecking at the eyes that does damage, and he doesn't do it super often. Unfortunately, yeah, like I'm having a really hard time hitting him for some reason. Alright, there we go. That's also some decent experience. Will get us a level there. Alright, there's an insecticide spray there. It's probably worth getting, just in case we run across some strong insect-type enemies, especially since we're pretty low-leveled still. And this looks like a present, but it's not a present. It's actually an enemy. This guy's the worthless protoplasm. So again, he's not really too much to worry about. He can make himself feel strange, so he might, oh well, okay. Calling others to join the battle. I'm missing so much, it's actually getting a little annoying. But they don't have too much health. I mean, just a few attacks should take him down. But, you know, if they both keep attacking me here, I'd like to, there we go, I'd like to get rid of that one at least. Like, I would heal, but unfortunately, like, all I've got to heal with are cookies, which only restore 6 HP. Alright, so we had to cut it a little bit close down to 1 HP in total, but as long as he didn't smash, I was fine there. This can be a little bit tricky, especially because they don't really start you out with any recovery items, so we kind of just have to make do with these really crappy cookies here. Alright, so that's about all the recovery we have. We're gonna have to make it last and hopefully not take too much damage from here on out. There's a sign here we can read. Watch for falling materials. So fittingly enough, a photographer falls down. Alright, so I'm going to, I think we need to go, yeah, we've got to go this way, so we're gonna have to fight that Mad Duck, I'm pretty sure, yep. Alright, so the good news is we managed to get out of that without taking any damage because he wasted all his turns. Got another protoplasm here. And unfortunately, damage is pretty much unavoidable with them, so we're down pretty low here with basically no recovery left. So things are getting a little bit dire, actually, but the good news is we're actually finished with the dungeon. There's more presents we can get, but I don't want to try to get them right now, otherwise we'd pretty much just die instantly. So now that we finished the dungeon, there's a phone at the end of the path we can save if we want. We can also head outside here and talk to this guy, who I don't think was here before. And this guy is actually Brick Road. He's the one who developed the dungeon. And he says, by combining my skills and Dr. Andonut's intelligence, I can become Dungeon Man, the first combination of human and dungeon in history. Well, I mean, I guess it's your dream, go for it, but it's a little strange. So he's gonna offer us a rest here. This is a free healing spot. Alright, so before we head on, I'm gonna actually head back into the Brick Road dungeon here and use the phone to save, because I think this is where we're gonna end it for the time being. So let's go ahead and call Maxwell, keep a record. And this time we could say, yeah, sure, we want to take a break. And of course, this is what happens when you say that. It'll let you not advance this text box and you gotta turn the game off. So I think we're gonna go ahead and stop it here. Next time we will continue south with Jeff and hopefully help out our other 2 party members. So until then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.